Oh, on the other two.
Yeah.
Okay, how's everything going
It's good.
in the other two Bs?
Jessica's reading.
Oh. Okay, go ahead, Brian.
Hey, so did everybody get the PDF file sent out as far as where we are for this first quarter?
Yeah. I did.
Can you hear us, Jessica? I don't know if she's on yet, Roger, or not. I mean, she's there. Oh,
She's muted.
yeah, she's muted. Okay.
I got it. I was just trying to get my audio to connect.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So that was where we were for the first quarter for this year. And I was just running some numbers just to see how it compared to a year ago. And we've actually used more bed days this year than we did a year ago for the first quarter, which I was actually surprised about. I figured with COVID and some of the things that have happened, the numbers would be down, but they're up just a little bit where they were from last year. One of the things I kind of wanted for you guys to take a look at is that information that I put on the bottom of this report. And that was the information that was given out by DJC for 2017 through 2019, because they haven't done 2020s yet. But it was pretty interesting to take a look at to see that the juvenile arrests actually went up every one of those 3 years. But the petitions being filed went down consistently every one of those years. And, so it is what it is as far as prosecutors or people sending things forward. But one of the interesting facts was that diversion programs had a better success rate when more petitions were being filed than when they were diverting more kids to the diversion programs. In 2017, we had a 100% graduation rate or completion rate. And with fewer petitions filed in 2019 and more kids being placed on diversion, that dropped down to 79% graduation rate out of those diversion programs. So, it's just, I'm always questioning everything about the system, what we can do better, what we need to look at and how it works. Our numbers, like I said, we're about 75% full. We were starting this week. We've sent a kit, one to DJC this morning, and we released a couple. We have regular court tomorrow. So we're sitting at about 9 kids as of this morning. I was talking to Roger. I was speaking with the administrator of 5C, Nikki Chavez. I've been in contact with him. I don't know how many of you know Nikki, but he's going through cancer treatment right now. And so they have the second in command, Vale Cottle, kind of taken over while Nikki's gone through all of his treatment down in the Huntsman. But one of the things that's definitely affected us when we lost our treatment program with DJC, we just went back, we reduced a lot of staff and just went back to detention. 5C is starting to feel like crunch as well. They have no more state kids on their contract at 5C. And they used to have 13 Montana girls as an out-of-state contract, and they are down to 3 Montana girls with their contract with Montana. So 5C is feeling the pinch. They've actually got a board meeting taking place today discussing what's going to happen with their options, because that's a huge revenue for their facility. They got a 56-bed facility up there, and now they're down to three contract kids. So it's been interesting. We as administrators continually talk. I'm the new president for the administrators for the juvenile justice in Idaho. And so I'm in the loop with a lot of discussion as far as how everybody's dealing with COVID, how it's affected arrests, the number of kids we're seeing come in, and, taking a look at those trends. In the long run, we know that as things loosen up a little bit, we see an increase in the number of people, kids that are starting to be brought back into detention. So we know that there's a bump there. It's just riding that bump out and waiting to see, in the long term, how it all plays out. The good news for us is, The counties, I think, are in pretty good shape. They budgeted smart. You know, everybody was able to carry money over and use money, which helps us throughout this whole year. And so, you know, we've always sat in a pretty solid position. We made some really drastic cuts last year when we got rid of our treatment program, and we made some deep cuts in our overall detention budget, you know, to streamline how we're doing. And so that's kind of where we're at. You know, if you guys got any questions of where we're at to this point, we're running truly with a skeleton crew here. I have three officers on duty, the secretary, and myself. And so when they're busy, I'm actually back doing court. I'm taking the kids to court. I'm sitting in with them during their court proceedings to make sure that the officers can cover the classroom and go get meals or the things that they need to cover. So I think we're doing about as lean a job as we can do, you know, running the operation here.
Yeah, you lose any more weight and you'll look like a skeleton too.
Hey, I'm on the process of finally gaining some weight back. It's been a long road.
I guess you guys were aware that he was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was not a weight loss program that I would suggest for anyone for any reason.
If anybody doesn't thinks that COVID is a conspiracy or a hoax, have them talk to Brian.
They need to talk to me firsthand. I'll tell you what it's all about.
Guys got any
No.
questions?
I don't have any questions.
No,
Hey,
Brian.
Jessica, I had one question
Yep.
for you. I heard that you're shut, the drug testing program is closing down. When are they doing that down there?
Our lab.
Your lab, yes.
Yeah. So our contract ends in, I think, March. We're not renewing the contract. We're just losing money. So we'll go to teacups.
I wondered if, you know, I mean, it's nice to have. It's probably one of the closest labs that we've got in the area, but I wondered how expensive it was to try and keep it going.
It's expensive.
Yeah, that's too bad.
What have you guys done COVID wise with your staff and everybody? I mean, Butte County's pretty isolated anyway.
Yeah, we've still had our bouts with it. I don't. We've done okay though. We haven't had to really push too hard to fill positions or hours in the day. So we're holding out, but we're a little bit behind everybody else, of course.
And Bingham County, we never see their reports because they're in the other health district.
Yeah, we're barely making it. Hit our scale house out at the transfer station, and so we're trying to figure out how to take in garbage when nobody knows how to operate the scales. But we're hanging in there.
Well, hopefully, I was just reading the release from Brad Little, you know, and streamlining and getting these vaccines a little more available for those of us who are in the more vulnerable age range and the other, you know, the compromised health conditions. You know, we sent a letter to them when they were doing 75 and over and fast food servers. You know, said, you know, that's not quite right. You know, and I think they've made some adjustments because, you know, to take care of the ones that are more likely to end up in the hospitals. I don't know what your hospital situation is down in Bingham.
I think we're pretty close to what you guys are. I know that Bingham and Portneuf and Ermac are working really well together, shuffling patients and things, but there's been a few times we've been full.
Yeah, well, we're in kind of a lull right now. We've had about half the number of new cases that you guys have down there, but that changes.
We've had less cases, but a lot more hospitalizations and a lot more deaths.
Yeah.
And again, there's just no consistency to it. When you look at, I mean, you look at the newspaper, you look at the statistics, there's people from all age range from 40 on that are the ones that are passing away.
We just had 2 50-year-olds in Montego County.
That's like I said, I was more than glad to get out of the hospital, Roger.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. But I think everybody's facing the same problem. I mean, I've had over 50%, well, almost 3/4 of my staff that have had COVID now. It's just the fact that you try and rotate it through so you don't have hopefully more than 1 or 2 out at the same time, because it's so hard to fill positions, you know. And
It's interesting because we were talking to one of the judges we know, and his family, extended family, wanted to get together over the holidays, and he didn't feel very comfortable, so they didn't travel. I think one of the brothers is in the medical community back east. Every one of the family members got COVID except the brother in the medical facility because he was vaccinated.
Wow.
So it's scary. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you guys that are in your 30s, you know, Jessica and Wes are fine. All right. Okay. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brian.
I
Thank
bet
you.
if you have any questions, give me a holler, okay?
I love the Zoom format. A lot less traveling, so. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.